Hi guys, welcome back to another video where today we're checking out these three models. But before we jump in, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new, and also turn on the notifications so you never miss a video, as we are doing daily videos all over the Christmas period, so you don't want to miss out on that. But let's jump straight in. So starting us off, we have this Liberty 64 Mercedes-Benz 300 SEL. Now, I've never checked out Liberty 64 before, so I was super excited to see what these models had to offer. Now, as you can see, they are not licensed, but that's no issue for me. But again, if you do want to see that debate, please do let me know in the comments, as it is something that is slowly being worked on in the background, but I'm not too sure if you guys do want to see it. But as you can see, this model, like I say, I've never checked out Liberty 64 before, and I've not really checked out any old school Mercedes, so I can't really compare it to anything. But as you can see, this model does look absolutely incredible, even sat on the base. Now, as you saw, this comes in the standard sleeve design, but it's a bit thicker than your standard Inno 64 or Hobby 64 Tarmac Works sleeve, so you don't have to worry about it tearing or damaging as much. But there is still that possibility when putting the model back in the case and into the sleeve that way. But as you can see, without that and the model in hand, it's absolutely incredible. You can see the wheels spin very, very well, and obviously it's standard to come on the rubber tyres. You can see the profile of the tyres is really, really nice as well, and it really sets the model off. They are actually the right profile, or a very similar profile as the actual car would be in real life. So again, really nice attention to detail. You can see on the front of the model, you've got the spotlights which are covered up, and they have got the Hella logo on, but they are super clear, although my camera doesn't really pick it up. Same for the tyre writing, it's super clear. Obviously the tyre profile really helping that. Obviously it's a little bit wider. You can see all the decals, again, super clear. The AMG on the windshield, really clear, and the decals are in line and none of them are askew. Again, the body lines are really well done, and the grille has got some really nice depth in. The badges are clearly visible, and like I say, the decals are really well placed. I'm really impressed with the overall build quality of this model. It feels really solid in hand, and obviously you can see the wheel spin, and it displays very well even in the case as well. So if you did want to open it, obviously it looks very good, and if you did want to leave it in the case, again, it looks very good. So for me, this model is definitely a win. So up next, we have the micro turbo Toyo Tires 180 SX in the drift spec, which, as you can see, comes in this really nice blue packaging to obviously match the Toyo tires. And you can also see the plaque is a little bit different. It's got the Toyo tires in the blue with a white base, which just looks really cool and just makes this model seem so premium. Obviously it is coming in just the standard sleeve design, but that's okay, as although I am not a big fan of it, you can still see it's quite cool. The blue is obviously standout, and it's got the information on the bottom for the micro turbo signature, which is obviously the pop-up headlights, which you will get to see also featured on this model. Like I say, that blue plaque with the Toyo tires really stands out, and it really makes the base and just the model sat on the base really cool, and just display really cool that way. But if you do want to open it, this model is not short of detail. Just to name a few of the details just off the get-go, you can see the caliper behind the wheels, which obviously stays fixed in place with the red caliper, and the disc as well, which the disc, if you do look carefully, is nice and vented. You can also see that it has got a fairly detailed interior, and obviously the working pop-ups that micro turbo do also possess as well. As you can see, it's just got the lever underneath the front bumper as per usual to pop up the headlights and put them back down as and when needed. You can also see obviously the front wheels are nice and stanced. Obviously being a drift car, you would expect some sort of stance or some sort of camber to project the fact it is a drift car. And also the tail lights and obviously the headlights, when they are popped up, very nicely detailed. The colours, the shades, the proportions, very well done. Same goes for the paint application, it's all very well done. The decals as well, excellent. The decal placement would be quite hard on this model, especially on the bonnet. As you can see, it has got all the different vents in, which aren't just regular vents or depth in the hood. It's actually full on gaps that if you do look through, you can see a nicely detailed engine underneath the hood, which is a really nice detail. But besides that as well, you can see the intercooler, and on the interior there is the seats, the hydro, and the fire extinguisher with the roll cage as well. Honestly, this model is definitely up there with one of the best models I've seen Micro Turbo produce. But that now brings us on to the third and final model of the video, which is this Stance Hunters Resin Liberty Walk BMW M4, which, as you can see, just comes in the standard Stance Hunter packaging with the sleeve design. Fortunately, mine has took a little bit of a damage on the bottom, but it's not the end of the world, as obviously it's not the car or the actual case itself, so it's okay. But like I say, this one is the resin model, and there is a couple colour variants of this. You've got it in blue and you have it in silver, which does have a few slight differences. So if you do want to check the silver one out, make sure to head over to the Facebook page to check out pictures and reviews on there as well that are of models that I haven't done in the videos. Unlike the previous two models, this model is numbered and it is number 132 out of 599 made, so fairly low number, less than 1,000 and less than 600 made of this model. And as you can see, it is very, very well done. You can see the detail and the proportion, and especially the paint is very, very well done. Now, that is on the front and the top of the model. You can see the paint is absolutely perfect, but there is a slight little mark on the rear of the spoiler that you can slightly see. There is a slight little bubble, which is unfortunate. You would expect on a model that is numbered to such a low amount to have better quality control, but you can't really expect too much. These models aren't licensed, like I mentioned earlier. Well, Micro Turbo is, but that again, we'll get into that in a different video. But besides that little mark on the back, you can see the proportions and the colour, like I say, really stand out. The detail is phenomenal, and you can see there is a brake disc and caliper behind the wheel as well. Obviously, with this model being resin, the wheels are fixed, as I've not come across a resin model that does have wheels that do roll. But you can just see, again, there is tyre writing and there isn't too much of an interior, but the body lines and the way this model sits really, really make this model stand out. You can just see there is a slight bit of camber on the wheels and tuck on the front. And like I say, the Liberty Walk kit just looks really, really good and flows really, really well with the fact this model is resin. You can see the badges front and rear and the heated rear window feature as well, which again just keep adding to the detail with the BMW badge on the front and the classic kidney grills, which again, like I say, just keep adding to the realism. Obviously, like I say, this model is resin and isn't diecast, so it is super light, and like I say, you can get better body lines, etc. But if you do want to hear me talk a bit more about resin models, I have got multiple videos with resin models in, so do make sure to check them out. But let me know what you think of each of these models down below, and if there's any models you would like me to check out, please do also let me know in the comments. But without further ado, I am going to start to wrap up here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.